You ever wonder what all these funky little parts are for and what you're supposed to do with them? Come along, we'll show you. Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel. MFJJ here with PodiumArcher.com, talking about some of the products that we make. These are actually some of my original prototypes for the products. This is a string level and this is an arrow level. We also use, in conjunction with those products, a Hamskea Gen 2 Pro level for setting up sights and getting things square to begin with. How do these work? Well, it's relatively simple, to be honest with you. This probably won't take very long because they're pretty quick. You take this guy, this is your string level to figure out how and where your bow is level at. So when you set everything else that's on it, you set it square to that. So you put it in a vise, bring it back down to where it reads level on those two bubbles. Now your bow is sitting in a square level plane that will allow you to get it to shoot accurately at distance. It's part of how some of these instances we get stuff sighted in so far away. It's so we know everything's square. Now number two, this is also how you would set your height of your string loop appropriately with the arrow that you're going to tune out of the bow, because as these diameters changes, this needs to change. And what you would do there, let's bring that in there. You want to go grab me a silver Sharpie real quick, please? So you set that guy on there, throw a magnet on it, and that tells you when your arrow is level with your bowstring at a 90-degree angle, which is what we're trying to do. So I'm going to slide that forward and then grab my silver Sharpie and move it to where it reads that it's perfectly square and mark my bowstring above and below the nock. And now I don't need the arrow anymore. And that, I'll go all the way around it so you can see it pretty easy. That tells you where you need to put your loop. So your arrow's at a 90-degree angle, which is what we're trying to get. Then you'll also use this to set your levels in your sight. So we just happen to have this triple stack on here. We're going to bolt this on here. And your rail is perfectly square, which is good. So it's all square to the bow, which it's gridlock designed. It should be perfectly square. And that just verifies it. And then from here, we will adjust the bubble to where the bubble reads level. Actually, I'll probably tighten that down first, just to be safe. And that's on the head. So in this sight, you actually adjust right where my fingers are, if you can see that. There's a screw on either side that you lock down and then drive it left to right. So we're going to pop that one loose. Loosen these so we don't mar the screws. A little bit. Neat. There we go. And if you can't see the bubble from that side, but if you see it from this side, it's a little off. And do you want to come back and film over this side so you can see that? So you can see it adjust. And it's tipped this way, so we're trying to adjust it better to read better, like that. This is tightened up on this side again. I'm gonna poke my head in the way here a sec. Stay there. Back it off a little more because we're not quite there. And bring it over just a skosh more. And now that, almost perfect. Whoa, sorry about that. A little farther, a little more plumbing. Now I try not to make that perfect with that. Okay, that's square to the world. I try not to actually loosen this screw so it keeps some tension on it, so when you're trying to drive it back and forth, it actually pushes. Then I'll go back down and tighten that bottom screw back in. And voila, you are perfect on your second axis, and that's how you use those levels. It's a relatively simple video. It's pretty brief, guys, but just thought we ought to cover it since we never really spelled it out super clearly. 3 levels to get everything square on your bow: 2-way string level, arrow level, and Gen 2 Hamskea rail level. So bows that had an adjustable rail, this does not have an adjustable rail. You would have one more setting in here that this is very handy for. And this is also great for setting your third axis as you draw it back and point it. But we do have a video on how this works in our older stuff, so go back and check that out when you can. Thanks for following along, guys. Really appreciate it. PodiumArcher.com, $99 and up is free shipping. I think if you buy that, and that, the shipping is free because it is more than $100 for those 3 items. Give me some stuff back in the comments down below. We're going to be doing a lot of videos and want ideas from you guys. I really appreciate all that information. Make sure to follow us along on Instagram. I swear I'm going to start posting every day here pretty quick, making a schedule and get it as part of my regular agenda. But want your feedback. Want to hear from you guys. Want to know what you think, because I'm trying to answer your questions and make life easier for you in this archery world. So if you don't give me the questions, I can't answer them for you. I do check the comments. I do read everything. I only reply to a few because I only have so many hours in the day. But I do check them. So put ideas down in the comments and just general comments. I'm a moron. Love what you're doing. Whatever. That's what it's for. Tell me your feedback and tell me what you think. Appreciate you guys following along. Keep checking us out.